In our fast-paced world, it's so easy to get caught up in the daily grind, lost in the endless abyss of information and distractions that's out there. We scroll, we consume, we react. But how often do we truly think? There are viral trends, fleeting fads, and an overwhelming amount of noise. And it's incredibly hard to decipher what truly holds meaning and what's just superficial. As someone who's personally navigated the very same existential maze. Yep, that's me. Probably looking a bit lost, but thinking deeply. I found it frustrating. So, that's why I'm starting this exact series. So you can cut out all the mental clutter and get a complete AZ guide on how to start thinking like a philosopher, even if you're a complete beginner. Now, I'm not going to do the usual influencer approach where I wrap this all up in a nice little bow and make you pay $299 for my enlightenment course. The best part of this series? It's completely free. Think of it as free wisdom, no strings attached. After years of grappling with life's big questions, I can say there's a vast ocean of ideas and concepts we have to swim through. My job here, at the Y Machine, is to break down that information in a simplistic and efficient way so you can grasp the maximum amount of profound insights in the shortest amount of time. That's the goal, at least. Now, there's a specific question I get asked almost every single day, in various forms, from people starting their philosophical journey, person after person asking the same fundamental question. How do I even begin to understand philosophy? And my answer might just surprise you. Is it by reading ancient Greek texts? Is it by memorizing complex theories? Is it by attending prestigious universities? What if I told you the answer is, start with why? Let me explain. One of the biggest mistakes beginner thinkers make is they just instantly dive into dense philosophical texts or complex debates without any personal context or initial curiosity. Just because they saw some intellectual on social media quoting Nietzsche and thought, hey, that sounds smart. Considering they have no foundational why, they quickly get overwhelmed, feel intimidated by the jargon, then end up saying, maybe this isn't for me. Then they quit and never explore the rich world of ideas again. And the sad part is, this is what happens to a majority of people who attempt to engage with philosophy. What I'm about to tell you is how you can completely avoid that altogether, so this doesn't happen to you. There's a method called mind journaling, or thought experimenting, which is basically a personal practice where you explore your own questions, beliefs, and assumptions. It's like a mental sandbox where you can test out different ideas, test different ethical dilemmas, test your reasoning skills, test understanding your own emotions, or maybe you want to explore different philosophical concepts like free will or the nature of reality. Most new philosophical explorers skip this step, and honestly, it's the most crucial step out there to become a successful, independent thinker. That's why I'm listing it as my very first step. There are many ways to approach mind journaling. Some prefer digital notes, some prefer physical notebooks. But the one that I would recommend the most is simply a pen and paper, just because it's a tactile experience and allows for a really user-friendly and unconfusing way to connect with your thoughts. So that's what I would recommend if you want to try one out. Plus, it's an incredibly low barrier way to start. All you need is a pen and paper. No, this video is not sponsored by stationery companies. I just genuinely recommend it if you haven't started a practice of self-reflection already. But Moleskin, if you're watching this, cough, cough. So what I would recommend doing is grabbing a notebook, start mind journaling, and just explore what you would normally think about if it was an internal dialogue. But the trick is, you have to treat these internal thoughts and questions as if they are profoundly important. Act like your every inquiry matters. Put the concepts that I'm about to teach you in this video series to the test within your own mind. But not only that, take it a step further. Record every significant thought, question, or realization you have. If it was a flawed idea, write down why you think it was flawed. Did you jump to conclusions? Did you let your biases get the best of you? Did you follow your own logical framework? Record everything. for every significant thought. This way, you can look back at what you did wrong in your thinking and instantly refine it there and then. This will exponentially speed up the process of you becoming a more critical and insightful thinker. But not only that, you should record all your aha moments as well. Write down what you think you did right. That way, you can look back at it and try to repeat the patterns of thought that led to deeper understanding. When first starting out, you should not be focused on becoming an expert in philosophy at all. You should purely be focusing on developing your own critical thinking skills, improving said skills, and trying to learn as much as possible about yourself and the world around you. If you do all of this, the deeper understanding, the intellectual growth, and yes, even the wisdom will just come naturally. Doing just this will let you leapfrog 100 zeros of new thinkers on the path to philosophical inquiry. This tip in itself is a game changer. I'm serious. Every aspiring philosopher should do it. That's my first step on how to start exploring philosophy as a complete beginner. I was thinking about making this a video series, where we go completely from AZ on how to become a successful, independent thinker. This is going to include everything: critical thinking tools, ethical frameworks, understanding logic, exploring existential questions, dissecting arguments, even practical applications of philosophy in daily life. Everything, AZ, beginning to end. Everything you need to know as a beginner philosopher. If you guys are interested in this, and you get this video to 10 likes, I'll make this a complete series and do a total blueprint on how to start learning to think philosophically from a complete beginner. If you found this video valuable, please consider giving it a like, share it with a friend who loves to ask why, and of course, subscribe to The Why Machine for more journeys into the depths of thought. Until next time, keep asking why.